Hey guys, Michael here again, Power and Focus Fitness. Basically today we're working on core, so just a lot of ab work. Of course it is core. So basically what we're going to be starting with is bicycle crunches, and the alternative to a bicycle crunch is just to go slower. Then we're going to be moving into a plank to a push-up, in which the alternate easier exercise would just be doing the plank and the push-up on your knees. Then moving into a flutter kick, in which lying on your back, legs out extended, moving them up and down in a straight with your legs straight. But the easier alternative will be just bending your legs and then going into Russian twist. But then the easier alternative is the Russian twist, but just having your feet on the ground. So I'll go through that demonstration for you now. So coming down on the floor, on your back, like so, arms up, bringing your legs up. And then what you want to do here is bring your elbow to your opposite knee and touching that, and then going to the other side like so, like that. And then of course just take it slow if you like. But one thing I found you can do with this too, if you really want to get used to it, just bring yourself up, hands beside your head, and just do this motion, because this will be the hardest motion of the work anyway. And if you even want to, you can just come back down, just bring your legs up and just do that motion like you're pedaling on a bike. So coming up out of that one, now going into the plank to push up. So you're coming down on the floor into a plank, coming up like so, and then doing the push up. Coming back down into the plank, coming up into essentially a high plank, and then doing the push up. And to make this easier, just come down onto your knees, coming down to the push up, coming back up into a high, and then doing the push up like so. Now coming down, getting back up again, going into a flutter kick. So again, coming down onto the floor like so. And what you want to do here is just lying back, legs out straight, and just start kicking like fluttering, hence flutter kick like that. And to make this easier, if you like, just bend the legs and just doing it like that. I find this is feels very weird. So essentially, I think just have your legs a little bit more bent like that to make it a bit easier, if you like. And then finally, we'll be going into Russian twists. You're probably wondering why I keep getting up and down from the floor. I just think it builds motivation and resilience. You're down on the floor for the whole time, but if you're going to spend your rest time down on the floor as well, it's going to be more likely you're just going to stay there and just like, oh, I want to stop, because you just find yourself relaxing in that 30 seconds. Hop up, give yourself a bit more motivation, build up a bit of resilience. Trust me, it does help. It makes things a lot better and more motivating. You come down, back to the floor, having your knees bent and feet off the floor like so. And what I like to do, just bring your hands together, just coming down like that. Trying not to move your legs if you can, but it's fine if you do, like that. If you want it to be easier, just put your feet down onto the floor and just do the same thing, like so. So that's the easier alternative. So now, as always, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. So now we'll get into the workout, starting with the bicycle crunches. Coming down on the floor, going into those crunches, like so. As I said, just slow it down, bring the elbows to the knee, like so. If you find it difficult, just slow it down, or put your feet down, just move your torso, or put your shoulders down, and just move your legs. And again, as I always say, just top up. I find if you need to have a bit of a drink of water, just have a sip. Don't gulp it all down. Try and have half a litre of water within the hour before you start the exercise, and then have about half a litre of water after you've finished doing your exercise. But I'm no nutritionist, but that's just what I do, and that's usually the general rule. So now we're going into the plank to push up, coming down onto the floor, into that plank, coming up into a high, and then doing the push up, come down and up. And this too, you can make faster if you want to, or just take your time. Moving into flutter kick. As I always do, or as I always say, sort of keep moving around a little bit. So, you're not just standing there just waiting for the time to finish, because once again, you can lose the motivation. Build yourself up. So coming back down into flutter kick, like so, and just coming up, legs straight, knees bent. It's up to you. What I like to do myself is bring my chest up, bring my hands to the side, essentially coming into what would be a V-sit with the flutter kick. But this is going harder again. If you can, off the floor, take some deep breaths, have a bit of water. We've only got 15 seconds left. So try and always have all this stuff done. You're breathing, bit of water, get it all done in 30 seconds. You think 30 seconds is a long time. It's not when you're doing this. And Russian twist. You can do these weighted, of course, but for the meantime, just doing them without weights is a very good start. Eventually, in my other intermediate and advanced videos that I've spoken about, I will start using weights and incorporating them into certain things. So now we're going into 1 minute break. Another thing I found, this is just myself personally, when it comes to trying to get your breath back, just stop and just focus on that breathing. Just coming, breathing in through the nose and then breathing out through the mouth. Just trying to calm yourself down a little bit. That's all part of what will, eventually I'll start doing the yoga as well. And that will help you controlling your breathing when you're working out, which changes things again, because it brings you up to another level, because then you're able to control your breathing when you're not meant to be able to control your breathing. Rightio, second round. Back into those bicycle crunches. See, 30 seconds work feels like a long time, but the 30-second rest feels like a short time. And the reason that is because the 30-second rest, you want to have that 30-second rest. That 30-second work, you don't want to do that 30-second work, so that feels longer. It took me a while to figure that out, especially once you start moving to 40 seconds, and there's even some workouts where I end up going for a minute on, but then there's no rest. There'd be 11 minutes, continuous work. That is it, and that's one round. But we'll leave that until advanced. Coming in, playing push-up. Once again, if you really wanted to, you can go quicker. And count how many you're doing in the 30 seconds. And alternating arms, when you come down, makes it a little bit easier too. Coming back into the flutter kicks. Once again, just take a deep breath. Keep your body moving around rather than just being stagnant and just standing there. So going into the flutter kicks. Down and into those flutter kicks. Remember, doing something like this is taking your breath away. But if you can learn just to breathe, you'll get a few more reps. Coming up. Going to the Russian twists. And then that will be the end of round 2. 15 seconds. So you have 5 seconds coming into the Russian twist. Back down. And into that Russian twist. Now, minute break. Have a drink. Even if you need to, have a drink, have a quick, go to the toilet real quick, go and wet your face, do whatever. You're going to be back here in 45 seconds. And if you can still hear my voice, you've got 40 seconds. But as I say, just stop. Nice deep breath. Just calm that heart rate down. Calm down the nerves. Just keep moving. Keep the mind active, not stagnant. Now we'll go into the third round, back into bicycle crunches. Back down. Going into that plank push-up again. Just keep moving around, as I say. Quick sip. A little bit of water. If you haven't drunk that much water beforehand though, just have as much as you need to have. Going back into plank push-up. Coming back up. Flutter kicks. And then the Russian twist. And then that'll be the end of the third round and the final round. So come back on, 30 seconds. Back down, flutter kicks. Remembering, just bend your knees. Keep it up. Now we're going into the Russian twist. Okay. Back down into that Russian twist. Making sure you're stable. Keeping your head up, chin up. Keep it all open. And there we go. Third and final round. We're all done for another day. As I always say, please like and subscribe the video and subscribe to the channel. Any comments below with constructive criticism and positive comments would be really good. I will just evolve over time with these videos and just become better and better. And your help would be much appreciated. Once again, that was day 4. Core exercises. Fantastic job. Just build that resilience up. Get that motivation. This is 15 minutes of your day. If you've been up from say 8 to 10 o'clock at night, that's all you got to do. You just got to find 15 minutes in that time. And you do have that 15 minutes. That time is there. So tomorrow will be the 5th day, and then we'll have a 2-day break. So, but tomorrow we're going to be doing burpees. Burpees are always fun. I love and hate burpees at the same time, but they are a great all-round exercise. But of course, there's a lot of alternatives, easy and harder. But of course, we'll just be focusing on the easier ones. So, good on you guys. Top job. And thank you for watching. Have a good night.